Huh? How is it? Is it good? Oh boy, huh? Okay. How's everyone doing? Well, as you can see, somebody is hanging out with us at the moment. Christine got him a giant chew cookie, a big chew bone, and he is totally getting into it, and he hasn't moved. So let's see if we can do some music with Bix. I'm not going to pet him. He's got fangs that are like this long. It looks like he looks like oh, I don't know what he looks like, but anyway, big fangs. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I was just filling out my form to get a RC 505 from Roland. They're back ordered. Oh well, I knew that in December. I should have put in the order back then. So we'll see if I have one by July. Okay, anyway, I pressed a button to tune, and I ended up on that sound. And whenever I hear that sound, I love it. It's such a nice sound. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So, why am I on so late? Tonight was the opening show to The Deadliest Catch. And I don't know, but I am kind of a Deadliest Catch addict and have been for years. Anyone following Deadliest Catch? Any big fans of like Jonathan Hillstrand and Captain Keith and all those guys? Angel. Wow, okay. Hold on, I gotta read this. Angel. Slap that. Oh yeah. So anyway, be careful with the explicatives, you know, the big words, 4 letters. Yeah, we try to keep this channel kind of void of that because I've got plenty of hours to get monetized, but for some odd reason haven't been monetized yet, and I think it might have to do with certain rules of YouTube. So let's just try to keep the game clean, and thank you very much. Slap that. I like slapping, but I'm not a great slapper. I like to doing it. It's just that I got this wedding ring, and I haven't had it on for like decades because it got in the way of my playing, and so I'm trying to figure out how to slap with it because it keeps hitting the neck when I do that, so I have to have to learn how to slap like this. And you see, the guys that have the big fingers that are like this long, they get no problem doing that. But when I do it, it cuts a lot of my length off. So, amazing 3DG. How are you? Thank you so much for your donation. Bruno's greatly appreciate you and your support of our channel. We appreciate you, Henry. Hank. Anyway, let's see here. So let's see, can we edit that? So let's see. I can't edit it. I wish I could edit someone's post. Darn. All right, well, I usually know. All right. Well, anyway, Angel Buh. Yeah. So we just want to automatically held, all right. Yeah. So anyway, Angel, we love having you here, but again, just be careful of the words. Our team of moderators will, and YouTube will hold up on the post. Yay! Thanks, Ann. All right, my sister Ann's here. Happy 1-year anniversary. Yeah. So anyway, I was watching. I was slipping back and forth between the Tampa Bay Rays playing the Kansas City Royals. Rays were up 5-0 in the second inning, and then the Royals all of a sudden made it 5-0 in the 5-5 in the third inning, and with like 1 out, 2 men on, so I turned it off. And then I was switching between that and the Deadliest Catch, the season opener. Angel language is family friendly. Yes. Thank you, Don. All right. So let's see here. So anyway, I'm going to play a little bit, and then I'm going to pass it off to Pop again. And Pop's guy. I just want to make sure Pop can get it together, because my supposed trip to Nashville again Monday to pick up an RV. Got the plane ticket. It's on the phone. Hopefully, it won't be delayed one other week. Can't have that happen. But anyway, if I go, Pop and Christine will be doing the live stream by themselves. Yeah. And all right, Don is computing. Cool. Good to hear it. Yeah, Dawn just got herself a brand new computer, and she's going to be helping out with some RV buyers advocate in a SHAR, along with a SHAR, and going to see if we can make things happen. So I have a story. About 10 years, and see, this is April. Yeah, about 10 years and 2 months, 10 years and 3 months ago, I ran into a friend who was with a company called Monaco Coach, and Monaco was one of the biggest motorhome manufacturers. And anyway, he was a manufacturer's rep. So I've made friends with him because we had a Monaco, and when I was working at Lazy Days RV as a salesman, he and I became friends because I owned one, I was living in it. And anyway, Joel was he set up shop. He left the company after Monaco went Chapter 11, after like him being with him for 23 years. And they went Chapter 11. And so he started his own business and had a little small place where he was selling RVs. And he's one of the smartest, nicest guys, very an inspiration, the type of person that you definitely want to know. And so I gave him my secret. You know, I told him what I was doing, how I worked with the buyers and the sellers, and was a broker and not a dealer. And this way I could help the buyers find their first RV. And well, lo and behold, just happened to call about a certain motorhome. I'm going to be showing to somebody tomorrow, and so I saw another model like it for a little less, so I called the number, and it was my friend Joel. And so after him telling me all about this coach, I said, so what are you doing with yourself? And he said, well, for the last 10 years and 2 months, I've been brokering. And I've done 385 transactions, and he gave me the results, and it's like, wow. Made quite a success of himself. And then after he was done, I reminded him of what I told him 10 years and 3 months ago, the last time I saw him. And anyway, it's really nice to hear that. I mean, I literally told him, I said, I want you to be successful, so I want you to take this model and run with it. And he did. And I didn't even know it for the last 10 years. There's someone else doing what I do, sort of. He's a broker. It's called Florida RV Brokers. And he helps buyers and sellers, just like me. Except my business is called RV Buyers Advocate. And what I do is I advocate for the buyers and help them find their first RV and make sure it's the right one. And so I've got a website set up, and I'm geared to help people. That's basically what I do. I train people how to own RVs, and if they'd like to, they can come back to me and buy their second, third, and fourth ones. And but I've only done maybe, I don't know, 120, 130 since I've started back in 2008. But again, I've been playing music, so this is my focus. And I invented this business to do what I do. And I just always know that if I focus only on that business, wow, yeah, financially everything will be great, but I'm not going to. This is what I do, okay? So, yeah, so anyway, if you all know someone that is talking about buying a motorhome, just give them the name RV Buyers Advocate, and they will not find another one like me anywhere. Yeah, you'll find people selling them, and I do have some that I'm selling for my customers, but they're all fair price, nothing's too high. And the people that buy them, if they want to use my advocate service, they can, and I will then help them learn how to own the motorhome, do tech support on it. Tech support on a diesel pusher motorhome is kind of like tech support on a flying saucer, right? Like nobody works on flying saucers, or tech support on a 747. You know, they're not cars. Everyone thinks, oh, it's a vehicle. No, it's not. It's this big box with wheels and a giant motor and an inverter system that runs everything, a hydraulic system similar to a large airplane that moves the flaps up and down, except instead of flaps, they're called slide-outs. Same gears, same everything. So that's what it was really nice running into him today. And he inspired me. You know, I gave him the secret because I wanted somebody like him to be doing what I'm doing. And just talking to him for like an hour and a half today was very, very inspiring. So it was really cool. And I'm talking to Don and Ashar about working to get the RV Buyers business model online really going. Let's see. Oh, okay, Earth Angels. So, yeah, just again, rvbuyersadvocate.com. Read about it, and you know, Just what I do. I help people do it. I helped a lady from Las Vegas, wanted to buy her first RV, and she picked it up in North Dakota. She had to drive all the way to North Dakota to pick up a Class C that wasn't overpriced. And I helped her with the whole thing, and after she got it, I went through it. The only thing I couldn't do was fly out to Vegas and show her how to drive it. But it's not as needy as a diesel pusher. Diesel pushers are much different. But Class Cs are perfect for single people that want to travel. Also the Class B vans. They're way overpriced, but they're convenient, and it's kind of like living in a nice, big, fancy walk-in closet. You know, I prefer the Ritz-Carlton hotel room myself. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to tomorrow show a man who's never had an RV. And when I heard that he and his wife were looking at yachts last weekend, and I said, then they said, well, we've been thinking about RVs. So Christine says, well, talk to Joe, because they're friends of hers. So I'm showing him a motorhome that in 2012 was $2.25 million for about a third of that price. And when that much money could buy you a 42-foot boat today, new, which is insane. For $750,000, $800,000. Actually, they're more. I think they're over $1 million now for a 42-foot boat. Back when I was a stockbroker, 42-foot boat was about $275,000, and that was like late '80s, early '90s. And now the same boat is over $1 million. Wow, amazing. But everything goes up, right? Nothing goes down. Give me a Class C, yes sirree. Well, Schenck, I just happen to have one that will be, it's getting reupholstered. It was made in 2016. It had bad upholstery in it, and I bought it for a very good price. And actually, I worked a deal out, and the owner and I are selling it for way under the market. So if you want to know something about that, again, contact me. You got just go look at RV Buyers Advocate. Call the 877 number. 877. I hate this. I think it's 937-2311. Whatever. I have new business cards on the way. I'll put one. I'll put one up. Maybe I'll get a big poster made. I want to know. Dawn wants to get in an RV. Dawn definitely, yeah, she needs a special RV. Because she needs an RV that, someone in a wheelchair can maneuver around in. And it would have to be, it would have to have a swivel seat, swivel front seat if it's a Class C or a B. Okay? If it doesn't have a swivel front seat, you can't, because there's this big hump next to you. You can't get your chair. You can't, it's really difficult to move from the seat to the chair. But it's possible. Nothing's impossible, Diesels, they're all flat, so you can do anything you want, So, all right, so I want to play some music, right? So, Schenck, houseboat, RV, perfect. Yeah, a houseboat and RV like the same thing in a flood. Yes, sirree. Thank you, Ashar. I believe so. All right. So, let's... My favorite, called The Era of the Chronos. have it. Right now I have the volume in the living room turned down way low. I can barely hear the bass. This way, Bix won't run away. Well, I'll turn it up just a hair. Hold on. If Boss would send me the RC505, then I could hook it to the mixing board, and I could loop with myself. I could like just play a bass line, and then it would record the bass line and the rhythm track, and it would just loop them. And then I could make up songs and all sorts of cool stuff. Well, they said it was back ordered like months ago, and so I didn't order it. Okay, they'll contact me. They never did. So I called Dovydas yesterday, and he said, just send it. He sent me the link for the email. I sent the email in. It said, hi, I'm Dovydas bass player. I need pricing on RC505. I said, well, we're back ordered. And then I said, can I order one anyway? They said, sure. So I did. That doesn't mean I'm going to have it next week or next month. Hopefully by next year, though. It's the same one that Dovydas used. As a matter of fact, there's a video. It's called Ghoulish Greed, something like that. And it was a Halloween video of me playing both of my uprights, and then I go from being normal, well, I'm not really normal, but playing the regular bass, to me in a Halloween costume dressed up like the Grim Reaper playing the psycho bass. So if you haven't seen that, go back into the videos and check that one out. And it is the first time I ever looped. And Dovydas has me hooked up to his 505 because we had just finished a rehearsal. And when we were doing our home rehearsals, after the rehearsals, he would do a video. He would say, okay, what are we going to do today? And he would just turn on the camera, and whatever came to my mind, I'd start talking about. So a lot of the early videos from 2019, that's what I did. He recorded me, and it was cool. It was really cool. So. Yeah, I'll let you know, Shink, when they're not back. Well, you'll know when they're not back ordered. I'll be using one online. Okay. Yeah, it was It's easier on the upright. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Tell you what, I can do it without this rhythm track. Here, let me try this one out with this bass. I'll try to lay down like something that sounds like a rhythm track with my just with my bass thumping it or something. Messed it up. All right, let's try it again. There you go. Wasn't clean, but oh well. And there you go. Okay. All right. So how was that? That was basically the same thing. And I don't know. Have I ever done that on this bass, Don? Or anyone? Does anyone remember me ever doing that before? I'm not sure. Anyway. Let's turn that back up. Yeah, the one thing I hate about looping on this is if I make up a really cool loop, the only way to stop it is forever. So, let's see. Cool. All right. Wow, it just came. That's awesome, Don. That's the first time. All right. Well, anyway, you know what I heard today? Nick stopped by for a little bit. Good news for Nick today and the rest of the planet. George Floyd has been, well, anyway, you know what happened. Don't have to tell you. So so anyway, at least in this town, I hope we won't have any trouble. And the healing will continue. But Nick was asking us if we'd ever heard the song Sounds of Silence. And Joe, but you do have it recorded if you really want to get it. Oh, that's true, don't I? Yeah, so anyway, so he played, oh gosh. Christine, are you around? Nope. All right. There is a band that did a metal band that did a version of the Sounds of Silence with an orchestra and a voice like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." Had his death metal voice, sort of, and sounded great. But for some odd reason, I actually heard the words, and then all of a sudden, at the same time he was telling us about this, there was somebody speaking on CNN talking about, well, no, as we were listening to the song, there was someone on CNN, the district attorney for Minnesota, who I guess took over the case, and he was talking about the people that spoke up. And all of a sudden, I was like overcome with, holy cow, maybe that's what the song means, or at least it may have a new meaning. So, Sounds of Silence, Sounds of Silence. Are you looking for Lion?
You gave him that without me.
I'm sorry. I had to go online, and I needed him. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, dear. I'm sorry. Christine, I told them, though, that Christine bought him the cookie. And,
He doesn't know that. That's the point.
But he does. You gave
No,
it to
he
him
doesn't.
earlier. Remember,
No,
you let him taste it?
No, I let him look at it and I didn't give it to him. You gave it to him.
Oh, dear. Disturbed, yes, that's the name of the band. And anyway, and then it just occurred to me that when I was watching the news and listening to this man talking about all the people that spoke up and defied, authority and, whatever, but when they saw something going wrong to get justice, and they spoke up, and it was while we were listening to the sounds of silence, and then I remembered hearing the term silence is complicit. So those who don't say anything are complicit. And so it's really interesting how that meaning, I don't know, has anyone ever thought of that? Sounds of silence, when you don't say anything when you should, and you stay silent and you keep your mouth shut. So kind of what happens. And again, it doesn't matter who you believe in, what you believe in. It's the power of freedom of speech, right? And it's the power of justice. When you see something wrong that shouldn't be, speak up. And whichever side you represent, because without that, without diversity, that's all there would be, is just silence, without diversity, without one side saying this and the other side saying that. There wouldn't be change. And silence and change, they don't go together. So it's very interesting how powerful that song is, and how I never, never looked at it that way. I just looked at it as, wow, what a cool song. What cool harmonies. And hello, darkness, my old friend. Nice to talk to you again. And so the song may have had a different meaning, but maybe that song has a new meaning. And Lion, what do you think? Should we do a new song? Here, let me get Lion's stool. Okay, here. Okay, I'll get in trouble with you too. There you go. Okay. Good comments. Come on. There he is. All right. Okay. All right. So let me. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna look up. Bix, where you going? Bix. Getting a drink. Okay. So let's see. All right. Well, I found a version of it on iReal. And Bix has left the building, so I now have a cat and no dog, so. Let's import song. Okay, it's imported, add to playlist. All right. All right. So I'm gonna do this song. And I just lost the cat, all right. All right. Lyrics. The sound of silence. I don't know, Dawn, I don't know if I've done this one before, or if I've just done Bridge Over Troubled Water. Okay. So what do we get? We got pop rock, we got hard rock, or just rock. All right, that's it. Well, it says 6 times. All right. All right, let's see. Well, right. Oh, darkness, my old friend, come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. Vision that was planted in my brain, not wrong, but still remains. With the sound of silence, restless dreams I've walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turn my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes are much damned by the flash of a neon light that split the night, touched the sound of silence, and in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Who said you do not know? Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words like a silent raindrops fell, echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the and whispered the sounds of silence. Okay, cool. All right, well, that sort of worked. Chords were a little spotty. See, when they don't change, it's like, am I supposed to keep moving or what? And then just Joe not knowing the phrasing. Well, yeah, definitely going to get a copyright claim on that, because that's a song that I did like the original. It's funny, I was watching a Dovydas video, oh no, half hour ago, and looked at his latest one that he uploaded, and yet another one he played for the producer. And then I noticed one that he did last month, which was somebody wanted to hear Simple Man. And I'm thinking, why doesn't he do the song? And then somebody had commented, well, the reason why he doesn't do the song just like it, the record is so there's no copyright claim. And there he is, that's right, he's got almost 1 million views now. And he gets paid the advertising. You know, I mean, Bob Seger, you know, he made a bundle, millions every year on the 3 words. Like a rock, you know, on those 3 words. Yeah, millions they paid him. I think it was like $1 million a word or something like that. But anyway, so Dovey just did the guitar part. Gee, I wonder if I can do that. Let's see. Let's see. Cool. I did it. There you go. That's all. Not intended to do a video of Dovydas, but yeah. So there you go. Like that. Yeah. No. Anyway. So. All right. Let's see. I just thought of something because I believe. Yeah. I can just. I need to look for 3-chord songs that have no bridge and no chorus. There you go, right? Froze my fridge. Eye of Thoron. All right, so let's see. So, I'm just curious, who knows what I just played? Anyone recognize that trashy thing I just did? It was an intro to a song. Okay. So, tripping right now. Need a new computer. All right, it must be a good one. Does it work, Don? Cool. Temple of the King. Rainbow. Temple of the King, Rainbow. Purple Haze. Thank you, Tesco. Yeah, so you want to know which part of that song is copywritten? The words, of course, and these notes. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. That's copywritten, what I just sang. But the rest of the stuff that I just played, which is basically the song, which in many cases the musicians play, is not copywritten. And so, again, I just don't know why the copyright laws are so vague. Is it that they, like, if there's somebody playing the bass, they don't want to pay that guy? Or the drums, you know? I mean, every song Fleetwood Mac did, the drum part was composed. Listen to the song, Go Your Own Way. There is no other drum part ever written that is like that. Yet it is not copywritten, right? Kind of shows you how unethical copyrights are. You know, yet these people that play 5 chords. You know, put a melody to it, put some words to the melody, tell a story, and it's copywritten. And of course, all the greatness of the song isn't. Anyway, don't let me go down that road. It's very weak, what I'm talking about. It's not backed up by actual facts. So you want to hear some facts? Watch Rick Beato. If you're not already subscribed to his channel, he's got, I don't know, almost 2 million subscribers, I think. And he is out to help the music industry change or go to their knees, you know. So hopefully they'll change. That's what I want. Because if they can't read the writing on the wall, we're coming. I know, I've only got 2,040 something subscribers right now. That's 2,040 more than I had a couple of years ago. And you all are important. You know, the ability to talk and to interact with people in a social environment. That's not the music industry. Music industry is the ability of somebody in business to monetize music, you know, and create a vehicle. Right now there are literally 8, 7, 8, 9 songwriters on every hit song you see. And they didn't need those 7, 8, 9 people. It's just that I think they wanted to take the power from the one person. Because if there was 7, 8, 9 songwriters, you don't have one guy that's worth $1 billion that you're fighting against, trying to get a piece of his pie. And it gives the corporates control. So, but anyway, without the corporates, we wouldn't have a beautiful music business, and we wouldn't be able to listen to some of these great songs. And there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Without the producer that Dovydas met on the street a couple of months ago, he wouldn't have, you know, those videos that are very interesting to watch. So again, the music industry has its good sides too, and So it's good and it's bad. Again, diversity. Without one, you wouldn't have the other, right? Without bad, it wouldn't be good. So the worse something can be, the more you have to fight it. The harder you fight, the further down the road you get. And anyway, Ashar, would you love this comp? Okay, boy, it's great. Yeah, Rick Beato. Rick Beato rocks. Yes, absolutely. He's a musician. I had to say that. He's a musician. Not saying that people who don't read music and understand theory are not musicians, but he's just like very knowledgeable. He could teach a class in composition, theory, arranging. I couldn't. Okay, so he went to school for that. I didn't. I understand it. I can talk the talk. I can be playing a song and tell a pianist who just played a wrong chord what chord he should have played. And anyone that knows music, they would go, well, how the hell can a bass player know the chords to a song he's never played before? Because it's something I learned along the way. Right? But again, difference between learning by doing and learning, by studying. So studying is good. He is a player's player. He really is. He inspires me to talk about the stuff that I've always been. In the beginning, many, many years ago, decades ago, what I didn't like about the music industry was just certain bad things you'd hear about from people that it happened to, or I would, like where the band manager would come to the newly signed band and show up with his briefcase full of drugs and offer the drugs to the people. And it would be pretty much right around the time that contracts are to be signed. And of course, there's no lawyers, just drugs. And then the contracts get signed, and he said, oh, after we sign these, I'll be right back. I got some more of this out in the car, but just sign these real quick and I'll go get it, right? So they just want to sign it real quick so he can go get their stuff. And that's real, that really happened. And I used to know a lot of really great musicians that aren't with us anymore. They all died of things related to what they did back in the 70s and 80s. It's funny, it was like that was the COVID of that day. It was COVID got musicians back in the 70s and 80s, and it was called, in many cases, not all cases, but some cases, the manager, right? And then, of course, if you didn't make your minimum, and if you didn't break your advance, which was basically if the record company did not profit what they paid you, then you had to give them back the money that they advanced you, which means you have to sell the nice car for pennies in the dollar and give them the money. And then you end up with a record contract that you're supposed to do 3 more albums, and they're not going to do 3 more albums because you're not selling. So basically your career's over. And that happens. It's a real story, but again, not to everybody. And the ones that are where you have the great producer. Producers are very, very important. Managers are very important too. Some managers, producers are extremely important. A&R guys, the team, they all work together. They all do their stuff. The promoter. The radio, TV promoter. Without them, I mean, if any of you watch Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, you'll notice there'll be a band maybe that you've never heard of. You can thank the promoter that's backstage while they're playing, who got paid the big bucks. They probably got paid $25 grand a week to put that band there. But without the promoter, that band is not on national TV, getting discovered on late night. So it's all part of that. It's a big machine. Dovydas is not part of the big machine. So so he really holds a special place right now. Now, if the big machine does do a deal with him, well, okay. It happens. Then I'll just be the guy that used to play with Dovydas, because I'm sure I'll be replaced by somebody who's 26 years old and looks good and plays the right notes, Not saying that they... Are you okay? What happened? Bix, buddy, come on. Here, excuse me. Oh, dear. We have to get this. Oh, boy. Did that fall over? Were you looking for that? Okay, here. Here it is, okay? Come on. Here, come on. There it is. Sorry, buddy. It's okay. It's not going to get you. Here, I'll move it. There. Right. There. Okay, how's that? Come on. Oh, poor Bix. He learns from experience. The microphone stand, I don't know if anyone saw it. I guess you all did it when it tipped over on Bix. And so now he can't. He can't go on the bed now. Oh, well. Don't you hate it when stuff like that happens? Yeah, roots drummer, that's, oh man, I hate that. I know the guy's name when I look at him, when I watch the show on Jimmy Fallon, who knows the roots drummer's name? Let's see, have I been talking long enough? Yeah, I've been talking long enough. Okay, so anyway, I enjoyed my hour with you guys. Yeah, I know, Stephen, I would love to see Joe hit big time too, but if I'll always have, what's the name of that place? Remember the movie Airplane? We'll always have Rocho Mio, or whatever it was called. But anyway, hitting the big time isn't what it's all about. It's doing what you love. And as you can see, we've got Pop. He'll be 94 years old in about a month. And he's now singing on YouTube, right? How about that? Just started, 82 years in the music business, decides to start singing now. Questlove, thank you, Shank. Hey, Rita. All right, before I go, a quick thing about practicing. What I've been practicing is I've been exploring playing more strings than the normal 2 or 3. Most bass players just play. So I played 4 there, all right? So that's usually the most strings I ever play. But what I've been doing is I've been practicing going. So I've been practicing doing lines on all 7 strings. And so that's where I'm at now, but in the future, I'll probably be going, hopefully, I'll be able to fly up and down this bass before I get carpal tunnel. And and again, practice, for you bass players, practice patterns that have 3 notes in them. Or. See, I practice starting on different fingers. Oop. So you can play the same notes, but just move around. Let's see. So play the same 3 or 4 note lines, starting on different fingers, and just do it until you're comfortable. So in other words, don't do it for an hour, don't do it for a half hour, don't do it for a minute. Just do it until you can just think it and you can just go, oh, and you can do it one time. So what happens is that's called connecting the wires, making the neural connections. Once you make a neural connection, it's there. So if you practice patterns, those are neural connections, and your fingers are the output of the connections. Your brain through the neural connection to your fingers. And then thinking about it is your ear to the brain to the fingers. And so that's complete. That's an application. So even though I never use this, actually I have used it before, I think, playing it will burn it in to the memory. Rick Beato would be able to tell you what that chord is. I can almost tell you what that chord is, but I won't. This is Joe's favorite way to perform. Cool. Yeah, so, but again, I like to show people my tricks because I'm just an average, what am I trying to say? I don't have any super attributes. I don't have giant hands. Bass players that have giant hands, the only reason they can't play is because they're idiots. Right? They don't practice. They don't play. They don't practice. They don't apply themselves. They memorize everything they do. That's wrong. That's bad. That's crazy. Do not memorize bass lines. Just know them. So as I'm playing this bass line, well, actually, it would be this one. What bass line is it? What song is this the bass line to? It's not a trick question. There's an actual song that this is a bass line to in this key. Bop, bop, boom, 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 bop. What song is this? Rita can get this. Nope. That's right, Sharp Dressed Man, right? But all the line is now there's a keyboard doing this. And the keyboard is playing ding a 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 ding, and the bass is going boom 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 boom. So just being able to do that action, and to be able to do like bop, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom. And then just getting a hair behind the beat as you're doing it, that's playing the song. If you can get a hair behind the beat, I'm talking a tenth of a beat behind, you will cover the bass line and the song perfectly. If you do not drag the bass line behind the beat, the song does this. Here you are in the beginning, and here you are towards the end. And so many bands would do that because the bass player let it run away. And so that's a, again, trick. If you want to play ZZ Top, play behind the beat. And if you don't know how to play the behind the beat, get the metronome app on your phone and play with it. It goes click, 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 click. I don't want to call it a click track, but anyway, get the metronome app and use it as a click track and play behind it. And just get used to it. This way, when you play with a drummer and you're doing ZZ Top, you just get a little behind them. Another song that was the bass was behind the beat was "I Want a New Drug." Oh, I'm sorry, that was Ghostbusters. Same tune, right? Somebody sued the other. I can't remember who sued who. I think, I can't remember who was first, Ghostbusters or Huey, but somebody got sued. And again, you get a little behind the beat whenever the bass line is dum 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 dum. Whenever the bass line is eighth notes, eighth note is is 2 eighth notes, makes a quarter note. So a beat is a quarter note. Bum bum. And sometimes when you're in 6/8, a beat is an eighth note. But anyway, in 4/4, that's 4 quarter notes. The beat is a quarter, and eighth is 2 quarters. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Name that tune. It's a great segment. Okay, cool. That's a good idea, Shank. I should do bass lines, and you guys guess what the song is. And the funny thing is, I can do, if I just played the bass line to songs, now they would still get copyright hits, I think. I'm not sure. But I don't, they shouldn't, because bass lines aren't copyrighted. Hey, Judith Wright's in the house. Hey, Pop, you ready yet? Pop. Was everything go okay? So if I just do the bass lines of the song, technically I shouldn't get, there shouldn't be any problem. I won't get I won't get alerted the next day. You know, so under 14 seconds, you're good. I don't know. The algorithm that picks up stuff, picks up code. And if it picks up a code, literally, if you do 2 seconds of a song, of a recording, the algorithm will pick up the code that is burned into that. And it will it could technically block the whole thing. Rick Beato had that happen to him several times. I think 8% of his videos have been blocked, I believe, because he plays the, oh, excuse me.
What did I do? Hurry, hurry. Get closer. Oh, God,
Oh gosh, Christine's not having a good night. First, I gave Bix the cookie that she bought for him. It's like something that you never, ever do that to your wife or girlfriend. Never, guys, never. It's all right if the woman does. But us guys never, ever do that. When your wife does something like that, let you think, right? So yeah, I don't know what caused that to happen. Did you? Oh, whatever. That was weird. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, for those of you that don't know what happened, the car alarm went off, and so anyway, and so Christine was out getting stuff out of the car. She went shopping, and the keys are in here, and I heard the car go beep, 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 beep. And I'm thinking, that's not good. And then all of a sudden, and the car alarm went off. Well, at least it wasn't super late. Wow, that is weird. All right, well, listen, guys, I am going to go get Pop and try to make things right. All right, so I'm going to go get Pop, and I'm going to end this video. And right, yeah, I shall read that, definitely. Yeah, take that advice, people. All right, so I'm going to go get Pop, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video, and we're going to come back with just music and family fun, okay? So I'll see you all. Give me about 5 minutes, and come on back to the Bruno Connection. All right, Joe Bruno Bass, checking out. And maybe Pop will be sitting here, who knows?